Do you think it's a coincidence that the founders of this country understood the need to give voice to and the fact that we're the most successful democracy in the history of the world? It's not a coincidence. What the founders of our country knew and what our country and our government still know is the right to be heard doesn't necessarily equal the ability to be heard. And that's what groups like yours do. You give people with the right to be heard the ability to be heard. Yesterday, Rich Galen mentioned, thank you. Yesterday, Rich Galen mentioned, in the introduction for Rich Galen, they mentioned that he was one of the few people that had been sent to other countries, developing democracies, to help them learn how to install a political system similar to ours. And I have to tell you, I am one of the few people, and I'm proud to be one of the few people that has been sent by our government to other countries, believe it or not, to start organizations exactly like yours. When you tell somebody, think about this, just think about this for a second. Of all the things they could have put in Thomas Jefferson's memorial in Washington, D.C., they took space to put that he at one point in his adult life took the time to volunteer to be actively involved in a membership organization. When you tell somebody you're a leader in your club or in your federation, you need to understand what a big responsibility that is. And you should be proud of the role that you play. And that's why it's so important we go out and get more people to be involved in an organization like this. So she went to a friend of hers, Susie, who lives across the street, good friend, good neighbor. She's given to the March of Dimes every year. She went to Susie and she said, Susie, this year I'd like you to help me with the March of Dimes. I'd like you to take your house and the next 4 houses, 5 houses total, so I don't have to do the whole neighborhood. And Susie turned to my wife and said, Barb, how long do you think this is going to take? First thing out of her mouth. And my wife looked at her and was incredulous. She said, 5 houses, how long can it take to go to your house and 4 other houses? And Susie says, well, you say it's only 5 houses, but suppose I go to one of the houses and they're not home. Then I got to go back and make sure they got the thing. And then by the time I get back and get it to them, you're going to be calling me and you're going to be wondering, oh, have you collected all the money? And it's going to be a real hassle. And finally she turns to my wife and says, how much money are we trying to raise? And my wife said, we're only asking $10 per family. And what do you think Susie said to my wife? Susie says, what if I just give you a check for $50? Now, I have to tell you, my background is in fundraising. So the first thing I said to my wife was, did you try that at the next 4 houses? Well, she was on to something. Institutions like yours give voice to people who otherwise aren't going to be heard. Institutions like yours have been part of the roots of the democracy in this country. Institutions like yours are going to be a part of the future of this country if we can go out and get people to join and do what this organization is trying to do. Good luck in your membership efforts. God bless you for what you're doing, and God bless America. Thank you very much.